hello. Howdy do, howdy do. It's Thursday night. I'm doing a live chat. And, oh wait, it's going to be a live chat. So if you're seeing this at a later time, you can zip through it if you want to. And I'll be talking to people in the live chat room. So if you want to zip through, you may. Go. Let's see. How am I doing this? I think that's it. I'm waiting for a few people to come in the room. There's Kendra. Hi, Kendra. Let's see. There's Kendra and Giovanna. Giovanna, I need your address. If you can message me on YouTube, Giovanna, you can message me your address, please, so I can send you one of these. I'm going to send this to you. Didn't they turn out good? This is from last night. Well, I couldn't find it. And so if you could please send it to me again, I'd appreciate it. I did get me a new address book, and I'm putting everybody's address in it. I went to the Dollar Tree today. So you see, I did get, I don't have your address. So I can't find it. I know, they turned out really cute. Hi, Joyce. So, purdy, please. So, yeah, these were my cards from last night. I had them out here drying. They're called You Are Amazing. And you are. Every one of you are amazing. So, anyway, they're already promised to be given out. And I was doing everybody's envelopes. Thank you, sweetie. Okay. She's going to email it to me. And I'll remind myself to get on after we get off and do that. So I'm starting to use sticky notes. Hi, Christy. Everybody, hi. We had fun at Beck's last night. She had a dirty dozen. And it was really good. It was a good one. And then she taught us how to make envelopes. And I ended up having to get my little envelope. I have a punch board that I got out. I think I had to go let Abby out, and I missed part of it, so I just got my other punch board out. Sometimes you got to do what you got to do. But I did make some really cute envelopes. See what I did with them all. They were really cute. They turned out real cute. I've got them already addressed, but I used scrapbook paper, and most of them are green. I got one with seahorses on them, and the others are green. But yeah, that's what I'm doing there. And I had 4 people I needed addresses for, and if I see the girls come in the room, I will tell them. And they're not in here yet, so So, hello, 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 everybody. Everybody's saying hi to everybody. Hi, Holly. Working on your dirty dozen, Christy. Okay. Yes, that's what these were. And Christy's on my list. So Christy, you're going to get one. And Holly's going to get one. And Kendra's going to get one. and Genova's going to get, Giovanna's going to get one. And I think Joyce is going to get one. So you are all in there. Yep, I think you're all in there. Okay. I got everybody else's. I don't want to say favorites or anything, but you guys are always in my room. What can I say? Yeah. And I got these last week. You know what these are, don't you? And just to let you know, hi, Barb. These are paint chips that you get at the paint department at Walmart. So whenever you go in there, you are allowed to get a few samples. So I only get a few at a time. I never grab all of them. I just get a few. Okay, Kendra. Well, when you're ready, I'm sure you will. You'll get your spunk back. You will. You'll get your spunk back. So I am going to make ACTs out of these. Thank you, sweetie. Thank you, Giovanna. Appreciate it. And I know I can get one this direction, and it's a little short. Get them ruler out here and see what they are. So they're not quite 3.5, 3.25. So they're a little short to put, but they're exactly 5 inches wide. You could get 2 this way, but then there are a fourth short. So they're really not good. They're not long enough. I could get 2 this way, but really only 1. But anyway, one day when I'm making ATC cards again, I'll get these out and we'll use them together, and I'll show you how I do them. Well, right now I just do when we play the game, and I like making them sometimes, and then sometimes I do an art page. So I don't do every one of the games as ATCs, and I think I'm going to do them like once a month, and then the rest of the time do the games in my art journal. That's kind of what I want to do, and that way my mailing won't get out of hand. So, hi, Beck. Beck was looking for some addresses too. Aunt Becky just did a video at 7 o'clock, and she was wanting some addresses. So if you see them in here, spit their names out, Becky. I don't remember. It wasn't my name, so I didn't pay attention and write them down. It wasn't me. So anyway, I went to the Dollar Tree and I got some napkins, but none of them are the cocktail size napkins. And so I do have some cocktail napkins. Mary Ann and Cheryl's, okay. And so, but anyway, I thought we would open these up and take a quick peek at them. And and if any of the girls are having problems finding the cocktail napkins, I know that's what we agreed on. But if you can't find cocktail napkins at the Dollar Tree, they only have this size, well, then that's what we'll have to do. But that means, it'll be a little bit more. But these are all over. That's what I like. It's an all over pattern. Isn't that cute? We can do this for a bunny. Yeah, okay, Kendra. Since I was doing the napkin swap, I thought, well, I better stock up on a few. But I'll do a journal page on that with that one. And I found these. Did you see these too? I got them all at the Dollar Tree. I got 6 packets. I did. Look at this one. This will be a cute background. Well, Christy, Tanya was doing the tissue paper, and she was waiting for everybody to send theirs in. There was a couple of girls that were procrastinating, and she want to send them out all at once as soon as everybody gets theirs in. So it'll be soon. Okay. Becky says they're going to be mailed out on the 15th, so just another week. You gotta wait. I can't wait. Can't wait to see mine. Yeah. So she was waiting on some last minute people mailing theirs in. And I'm going to do the same thing with the napkin swap. I'm going to wait till the end of the month. And I have everybody's names. And once I get everybody's names that have done it, then I know I can safely send them all back out. So I'm going to wait till the end of the month for the napkins. But I think this is cute. This would make a cute bunny collage. So yeah. And these, did I buy 2 of these? I guess I just bought one. I was going to send these to my brother because they had a bumblebee on it. My brother is a beekeeper. Hi, Lisa. We're just goofing off, showing my Dollar Tree haul. But for the girls that were in my napkin swap, if there is a problem, yeah, I did get 2 of these. I'm going to send one to my brother. He's got bees. And see, there's something on all 4 corners, which is acceptable. And remember the bunny napkins I had with the glasses on them? I got 4 more. I got 4 more today. They were from my mom's house. I swiped them from my mom. She won't care. She really won't care. But I'm going to send this to my brother. These are cute. And these were the Dollar Tree. So you don't have to spend a whole lot of money on your napkins. I probably would have loved to have gone to Tuesday mornings, but it's a fur piece for me to go up the. It's like 30 miles. But this is acceptable because it's on all 4. Cutie, cutie. Well, Barb, I was just talking about I went to the Dollar Tree and got these, and they didn't have any cocktail size. So if you all can't find cocktails, send me this size, and I'll try to accommodate you back. I know that we agreed on cocktails, but if you can't find them, you can't find them. So I didn't want people to have to spend a lot of money if they didn't have to. And then these were like dinner napkins. They're the bigger, different size. Guest, they're called guest napkins. Serviettes. But I thought they were kind of cute, so I picked these up too for extra. Now, see, this is more of a Happy Mail type napkins, but it's cute. It would be cute for a journaling by 5 page. But this would be a cute Happy Mail napkin for me. I would consider this a Happy Mail. 3 hours away for Tuesday morning. Oh my gosh. Oh, Kendra, you live in the boonies. Yeah, I can see. But I did like it, and I think I would enjoy arting with this one. Because it's just the pattern and everything. And it kind of matches this pattern that I have for this hot pad with the bees on it. I don't know why I like that. It reminds me of that. So I think that'll go good on a journaling by 5 page. But yeah, so this is really more for a Happy Mail than a napkin swap. But it's not too bad. But these others are all perfect, these 4. And then I bought some of these. These are die cuts. And there's 32 in a packet. So that'll be Happy Mail. They're a little bit thicker than Post-it notes. But that'll be pretty on a page. And it'll be pretty on this page. On this part. See, that'll make a pretty journal page. Wow. Unbelievable, Holly. And only one of them carries napkins? Wow, okay. Oh, they did. Oh, Tuesday morning just about stopped carrying craft supplies? Oh, so, well, hi, River City. Wow. So they're changing all of the sounds like they're changing all the Tuesday mornings. Wow. You live far away from all of them. Well, anyway, mine are far enough away where I don't go very often. So, but anyway, I'll add these to my collection. Add this to my Happy Mail. I've got 2 of them. Because butterflies are popular. And see, Barbie lives in Canada. She doesn't even have a Tuesday morning. And I don't know what they have on, if Tuesday morning does an online, anything online. Now, I do know that Walmart has expanded their buying stuff online to other stores that they support. So if you type in something, other stores will show up. Their products will show up too. So they kind of like expand to branches online, and Walmart supports them. I do know that because they do vitamins and stuff from other stores. I bought these. And I don't know why, just out of the spur of the moment. This ones are biblical designs, and so I like that. So, and the paper is very thin. They're not real high quality paper. My mom expressed that she didn't like this style of book to color in, but they might be Happy Mail, or I might be able to copy them on a hard sheet of paper if I want to use it in my art. So I don't know what I'll use it for. Just a coloring book. But I like having the sayings. So what's Barb looking for? She's looking pink. Oh, you're looking for a hot pad. This one here, I'm not sure what store it came out of, but it could have been. Are you talking about this hot pad? TM is looking like they're prepping to close entirely. Oh my gosh, Tuesday morning. Okay. That's what I'm looking for, is a hot pad like that. Of course, it's pink. Okay. I don't know where this one came from because my girlfriend gave it to me. And it could have been from Walmart, Bell's Outlet, uh, Dollar Tree. It could have come from anywhere. So anyway, I got another coloring book. And I like some of the pictures in there. So that's for my stash. And then I got a beach scene coloring book. So I might be able to use some of these in the mermaid journal, which I'm starting to get involved in little by little. So yeah. And again, this paper is real thin, and it's mostly for coloring pencils. You got what? You got one of these at Hobby Lobby, or the hot pad? Oh, the Dollar Tree. Okay. Like I said, my girlfriend gave it to me, so I don't know where I actually got it from. But I did. I cut it up to make a smaller square. So I'll have to get my drawer out and see if I have an extra little square of it in the back. The hot pad, okay. Hobby Lobby had it. She probably got it from Hobby Lobby. My girlfriend did, yeah. And but this is a cute little book. So I've already got my eye on the pants. Looky here, the shorts. I could take and cut it out, Betsy cut it out and fold it in half. It'd be a cute tuck spot. The pants. I'm silly, I know. So yeah, I might use that. We'll throw that on the card table. So I got these. Then I got some stickers, and that's all I got. So stickers, got hearts, psychedelic hearts, and these came from the Dollar Tree. There's 112 stickers. And this one has Clever as a fox. Squirrel. Outstanding. And Brandy Bandit. Brainy Bandit. And then these are some owls. Hoot. They give a hoot. Okay. Well, let me look over here in my drawer. I have to pull it out because I got too much stuff in it. I need to start using some of these lids and getting rid of them. I got too many lids in here. I don't think I need that guy. I'm a-digging. I know I got some down in there. I don't see any. Okay, taking drastic measures now. I got this little magazine stand back here, so my drawers don't pull out all the way because of that little magazine stand. Uh-huh. I got so much stuff in here that we need to use it all up. We need to use it all up. I don't think it's in this one. I think it's in this one. Well, maybe I didn't keep it. I must not have kept it because I thought I had some more. I thought this was a bigger circle because they're not in here. And I cut it off to make it square. I don't see it. I must have put it in a different drawer. That's all I can say. I tried. I don't see it. I'll come across it one of these days. And then I'll go, there it is. Well, anyway, we'll get back to what I was doing before I got on a rabbit trail. Oh, and did I? Yeah, I think I did. Yeah, I'll open that. Okay. All right. Put everything back to where I found it. Everything where it goes. Okay. But I do have a little sticker box up here for stickers. And they'll go in my stickers. I got some junk mail today. And I have a junk mail file right here. So I got a home for everything. I can put my napkins up now. see if they'll fit in here. This is where I keep all my extra napkins. Oh, the stickers came from the Dollar Tree. Yeah. They were cute. Uh-huh. All right. But anyway, I think I have enough napkins to, we'll probably have to have a big talk about if I don't have enough cocktails. I do have a few cocktails in there, but if I don't have enough cocktails to send back to everybody, you all won't be upgraded to a bigger napkin. And that's just the way it's going to have to be. Surely you won't mind an upgrade. But I was painting this yesterday, and I thought I would, I'm going to decoupage it with some of these colors. Well, it's not overflowing yet, Lisa. I'm just slowly filling it up. It's pretty full. It's but it snapped. So I guess it's okay. I like to decoupage, and I love these collars together when I decoupage. So that's what I'm going to do. So what did everybody do today? Did anybody do anything? I got to go back and watch Tanya's painting video, and I think she painted some junk mail envelopes. How did it turn out? Did any of y'all watch her video today? She did a little live. I was interested in it, but I had to leave. Hi, Joan. Woohoo! Yay, Joan. Congratulations. She got her taxes done. I think my glue is a little thick, so I'm going to adjust this. Can't tell if I'm straight or crooked. Sometimes if your glue is a little thick, you can just add just a little bit of water. Oh, okay. Old prints onto cardstock. Old prints from magazines and things. Yeah. Giovanna, did you have a big nap today? I didn't get a nap. I got up early this morning, and I had to go and get my blood work done. I had to go give blood. That's right, Kendra. If you needed to sleep, then you needed it. If you slept, you were catching up. I see this is so much easier now. It was a little bit thick, and this is just Elmer's glue. And sometimes I don't get my lid back on my jar, and my glue dries out a little bit. And this is a perfect consistency now. And I'll show you how I decoupage. I love doing this. I do. My sister had her birthday today. Oh, Kendra, sometimes I sleep good during the around 11, 12 o'clock. I don't know why, but that time of the day, I sleep real good. It's weird. And about 7 or 8 o'clock, whew, I'm ready for a cat nap. And this afternoon, I had to go. I had to go give blood, and I went like at 2 o'clock because I didn't get up too early, but I told the girl at the lab, I said, now I'm fasting. And she goes, oh, well, let me hurry and get you back there. She thought I was starving. And I said, no, I said, I'm not starving. I said, I'm doing pretty good. She goes, really? And I said, well, I said, my husband and I are retired, so we stay up late. And she goes, wow, that'll be great to do that someday. She was envying me. Thanks for that, my sister. She's 62. Woohoo! 62 years young. She was buying flowers. Her kids got her some flowers, and so my mom and I, we bought her each a pot of pink petunias too, and she'll replant them. They're actually, she can put them out front and leave them in the pots for a while if she wanted to. And then I got her a little garden flag from the Dollar Tree. And the card we made the other night. We made her a card. She liked it. So it was nice. Hi, Journey. Journey, I need for you to message me your address. Can you message me in Facebook? Please, Purdy, please. I'm covering up this book it's a hardback book that I took apart, and it's for my Journaling by Fives when we get done. It was a book from the library, and I took the all of the pages out of it, and my journaling, I'm going to glue my Journaling by Fives in after we play the game one more time. Okay, Journey, thanks. And this is going to be my book for my Journaling by Fives. And I just thought you all wouldn't mind watching me decoupage it. Unless you all want to do something else. There's 18 of you. Do you all want to play a game? Whatever you all want to do, I'll do it. How many of you all played the Journaling by Fives last time when it was a week ago Tuesday? How many of y'all did it? Becky did it. Kendra did it. Hi, Violet. Hi, everybody coming in. Oh, River watched. Okay, that's all right, River. That's all. That's Deborah. Deborah, that's quite all right. I'm glad you watched. And Lisa played. And Violet watched. That's okay, Violet. Well, we're going to do it again next Tuesday. We're going to do Journaling by Fives again. And I had a couple of people, Lisa, that said they wanted to do their 20 pages. Mary said she wanted to do 20. And it seems to me somebody else said so too. And we're going to do the backs. I'm going to do the backs of mine. And so we want to do the 15 minutes per prompt. Lisa's going to host it. It's going to be on Lisa's channel next Tuesday night at 7 Central, 8 Eastern. I know, Barb, it did. That's gray gesso, and it really covered it up really nice. It was thick. It was Bob Ross. It was a happy gesso. Happy little gesso. It sure was. So that's what this book's going to be for. It's going to hold my Journaling by Five pages, and I will do a demo on the putting the cover, binding them together. I'm going to do a glue method. I'm going to do a glue method after I get the backs done. And after I get the backs done, and I'm going to glue this down and put some like duct tape on it or something. And I'm going to punch holes in it. And it's going to be similar to that mermaid book I did. I think I've showed that mermaid book a couple times. It's another art journal that I had. And I don't know what I did with her. She's not here. Oh, she's on the floor. But I'm going to glue the spine. I'm going to glue it with tacky glue, and then I'm going to tape it, and then I'm going to stitch it. Well, Barb, you could pace yourself and do 5 pages. You don't have to do all 20. I'm going to do 20 because I like the challenge. So you get to do whatever, as many as you want, even if it's just one. Just want you to have fun. But Lisa and I'll be going back and forth on it. And then I think is Kim going to be our narrator? Is she going to be talking or something? I think Lisa's invited someone else to help us. So Barb needs a nap. I totally get that. Okay, Barb. Okay. So Lisa's invited another person to help us. I can't remember her name. She's going to read chat for us so that we don't miss anybody. Okay. And her name escapes me. Dirty Paintbrush? Was it Dirty Paintbrush? Who was it? I can't remember. Lisa's going to tell me. So it'll be a fun game. Kim. It's Kim at Dirty Paintbrush. Okay. I'll have to. I don't really know her that well yet, but I'm getting there. I'm getting to know everybody. You know, I've only been doing this for about a month now. I'm a greenhorn. I'm a real greenhorn. But having a good time. I'm enjoying it. And I think you all like it too. You all keep coming in my room, so I can't complain. But if y'all ever want to do anything different than what I'm doing, you just say the word. Or if you want to see something or have me explain something, I'll be glad to do that too. Okay. Lisa's using pinking shears to cut out pictures for her Do-Si-Do book. I'll show you my Do-Si-Do book. I have got papered my signatures together, and I will probably I can do work on it next. I can start sewing some of the signatures in. But I've got my signatures. They'll go in the center. And I've got 4 signatures in each one. And I did that the other night after the show went off. And I've got multiple paper. And see, I've already got this one punched out. And I did a demo for somebody, for Violet. I did a demo on how to sew a little easy book like this size. And I showed her how to do just a simple blanket stitch piece. And I think she got it. I think she made one, a booklet. Yeah, the pinking shears are going to make the pictures nice. You're welcome, Violet. I'm glad you learned. And here it is. I demoed on this. I had 2 signatures, which were just single pieces of paper. And I showed her how to do a simple 3-stitch. And I made mistakes so that she can see how to undo her mistakes. If you do it wrong, you can unthread it and start again. So, yeah, that was fun. That's easy. And that's how I'm going to do my Do-Si-Do book. Oh, no. Journey got a Martha Stewart scoreboard. Woohoo. Oh, for $12. That's a good buy. Great. Great, Journey. I think they run about $25 or $30, don't they? Do you remember what the total the original price was? That's great buy. Cool. That's wonderful. Don't you just love it, Lisa, or Becky, when a good plan comes together? That's wonderful. Awesome. Becky done good. And I didn't have time to do it last night, but I loved how Becky did her little owl on the envelopes. She drew an owl in front of us, and that was nice. So I bought the owl stickers. Excuse me, I don't know why I'm coughing. So, yeah, good deal. I'll do the front of this and set it over to dry, and then I'll work on my do-si-do book. Hi, Janet. What you been doing, Janet? Ooh, I'm going to have to turn the air on. Violet, did you get any more snow? Okay, Janet's finishing up her ACT cards too. Okay, I think this is good enough to dry now. Let it sit it over there. Let it dry before I tear it up. Ooh, I like that. Looks pretty good. I like these collars mixed together. Oh, yeah. So what do y'all think? That look okay? Okay. Becky, did you see the end of my cards, Becky? This is what mine ended up being like. Let me find one with the owls on it. I might have to put some more of these owl stickers on it. Here's a good one. Ta-da, 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 ta-da. That was perfect. An owl and washi tape. Bingo. I just looked out. And that was old washi tape. Thanks, thank you, Kendra. It was funny. I had a good time doing that. All right, let's see what I can find now on my Do-si-do book here. I accidentally sprayed clear glossy. I thought I had clear gloss paint, and I sprayed my cardboard with clear gloss, and it was white with a glossy. It wasn't clear gloss. It was white gloss. So the next time you get in a hurry and you're looking for semi-gloss paint, you got to keep reading until you see the white. So I accidentally sprayed white over top of it, but it's okay. It's all right. It's acceptable. And it gave me a good enough finish that toughen up that cardboard, because I didn't want to Mod Podge it all. But I don't know why I didn't see the white cap. My brain wasn't focusing. So, yeah, that's what I did. So I'm going to sew in one of my binders here. And I'm going to use embroidery floss. And I'll show you how I do my binding. I know that you all are going to teach us how to do it on the next show with our Do-Si-Do continuation class. They're going to teach us how to do the binding. But I'm just going to do a simple 3-hole. And I've already marked my spine. I got 3 holes. And I'm going to put 4 signatures in. So I've got 4 holes this direction, sort of centered. My stitching is not perfect. Thank you, Journey. I get them all at yard sales and the secondhand stores, all my floss. And so I'm just going to do the simple 3-hole for my binding stitch. And I use I'm going to use a sharp needle because I'm going through so many pages, and I've already demonstrated how to use an old book to punch your holes. I took an old book that I'm going to tear up later, and I put my signature down in here in the crease of it, and I opened it up to the center, and I marked where I wanted my holes with a pencil, and then I took a pointy tool like this and made my holes, and I went boom, 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 three holes, and I pushed it down into the middle of this book, and so the holes come out on the very, very edge and not on the sides of your signatures. And I know that Tanya's and Lisa and them are going to show you how to do that in the next video. They're going to show you how to do a stitch. Yes, Barb, I did it. I goofed, but I like it. I like the little white spray. It's a little white, but it kind of pushed all my stamping to the back, and I'm okay. It's okay with it, and it gave it enough protection on it that will make it a better for a book. That paint. I'm so crazy. So yeah, Teresa's in the house. Hi, T. Hi to everybody else coming and going. So anyway, this one is ready to go. I've got it clamped down, and my holes are at the exact spot where I want them. And I usually take my embroidery thread and I put a little bit of tacky glue on the corner of the ends of my threads, because there's like 6 little threads there. And I just put a little bit of glue right there, and then I twist the ends, and the glue is rubbed off on my fingers now, and it's already almost dry. And now I have a pointy thread, and it'll go right in my needle without any problem. And this is a large eye needle. So that's what I do. And to measure how much thread you need, I always measure 4. 3 is appropriate. Three lengths of the spine is appropriate, but I always do 4 for good measure. So here's 1. Here's 2. Here's 3. Now you should be able to do it appropriately with 3, but I'm going to do 4. because that's what I like to do. And I like the tassels on the end. Uh, I like the tassels on the end because I'm going to put beads on my ends of my tails. So that's how I do it. And I have binded several things, several little booklets, and there are several ways to do binding, and you just have to find which one that you like. And this is the one I'm going to do because I like my tassels to hang on the end of my book so I can put beads on it and stuff. So I'm going to leave a nice tail on the outside here, and I always start from the outside and go in, and I'll take a paper clip and paper clip my tail down so that I don't accidentally pull it out. And I'm going to leave at least one length uh, on the end over here, and I'm just going to paper clip it down along with my booklet right here. And there's my needle with my thread, and I'm going to go in the top. I got 3 holes. I see three along the top, and I have not made the holes in the other ones yet. So I'm going to go ahead and make my holes, and I'm going to use my sharp needle to make my holes. I've got them marked. I've already got the ink on there, marked them, and now I'm going to punch through and make my holes. And it's not hard to do. This cardboard's not that thick. And on my book, I glued my sides together back to back. I don't have any extra cardboard on my spines. And the way Tanya and them made their all books, they had a spine with an overlap. So if you can't push your hole with a needle, you might have to use the big sharp tool to make your holes with, which is an awl. This is an awl. This particular awl is a leather tool that my husband had in the garage that he let me have. And you can use other sharp, pointy things. I also have some of these tools, which I got from Harbor Freight. And these are, I've got 2 sets of them. And in one of these sets, they're little files. They're a set of little files, and they're good to file your edges on cardboard or whatever you need a little file for. It's a real fine file, and it's got a point on the top, on the end of it. And this is an inexpensive tool that I get from Harbor Freight that Joe buys me. And I have broken the tips off of these, so it's no big deal if they break. But I use them with my clay, and I use them inside and in the garage. But you can make a hole with this too if you need something stronger than a needle, especially if you have double layers of cardboard. A needle may be not strong enough for you to punch a hole with. But since I have only 1 layer of cardboard, I think that I can use my needle to make the holes, because I just made this one. So I'm going to go ahead and make my holes for 4 signatures. And I did use a ruler to measure these out. And my ruler said I think I was 2 inches in between. I went my spine on my particular book is 6 inches. So I marked them at 5, 1, 3, and 5. And I have 2 inches in between with 1 inch at the top and the bottom. And that's how I chose to put my signatures in. And I chose the 3-hole method is what I'm doing. So I'm not sure what Tanya and Lisa and them are going to have y'all do. And if you all have any questions for me, go ahead and chat. I know you're all talking about somebody's tires right now. That's fine. If you have any questions for me, put them in caps, and that way I don't have to worry about missing your questions. I don't want to miss anybody. I know there's 20 of you watching, so hi everybody that just came in. If I haven't said hi to you, hi, hello, welcome. I'm binding the book and I'm kind of explaining what I'm doing. Right. I'm just explaining the way I'm doing my book. Lisa and Tanya are going to have a second show on this, and I'm just going to go ahead and start binding one of my books together. And this is how I'm doing it. So my way is not the only way, and I am not professional by any means. So yeah. So anyway, I was just explaining how I was poking the tools and the different things that you can poke your tools with. I don't think there's any right or wrong in with our crafts, as long as you enjoy doing it. And I love binding. I love binding books. I like sewing. So anyway, I've got my long tail going. I got my paper clip on so that it doesn't pull off or jerk off, jerk in the middle. And I'm going to start from the outside and go in. And my needle should line up with my holes on the first upper pamphlet there, and I had them, and it come right through the middle like I planned. Bullseye. I didn't mean to say that, Teresa. Sorry. I was talking about my tail being accidentally pulled off of the yeah, moving on. So open mouth, insert both feet. So as you can see, I have a nice long tail, and I'm going to put beads on the end of that, and I'm going into the first signature hole, and I'm going to go back out the middle one, and my hole should line up with the middle hole. I'm going to push it through there. It went right through, and there's my first hole, and out the back side perfectly. And after you've binded your books a couple of times, after you bind a book a couple of times, you get the hang of it, and it becomes so much easier. I'm sorry, Janet. My bad. It was a slip of the tongue. So anyway, I went out the back in the middle, and now I'm going into the bottom. And my holes are going to line up because I have them tied, clamped down with these bigger clamp binding clips. And because my holes are on the very edge of this spine of the signature, where the way I punch the holes in using the book, and you put this in, you put your signature in a scrapbook or a phone book or something, and you can punch your holes right where you have them marked, and they come straight out the very folding seam of your signature. And that's how that's set up to work. And as you can see, I've gone to the bottom, and all I'm going to do is pull my thread just a little bit to make it tight. Now I'm going to go back up. I'm going to go in the middle and back out the top. Did I do it right or wrong? I did. I started it. Teresa, it was my fault. So anyway, I am going to take my thread, and like I said, I'm not a professional at this, but I do it because it's fun, and if it doesn't work out, I just deal with it. So I'm going to go back in the middle and out the back, and it's right beside the hole. You can see where it came out. It's coming out the hole right there. There's my needle. Here it comes. And then I'm going to go back in this hole to the top. And what I'm going to do is, there it is right there. Now I've got both of them at the top. I'm going to take my needle off, take my pink paper clip off, and up at the top I've got both tails. And you can see how much I got left over. I ended up having more than I started out trying to leave only this much tail out, and I ended up adding a little bit more so let's say I want to give more to the other end. Well, all you have to do is find which end to pull, and you can make it longer. Make the end longer. So what I want to do is make them the same size, sort of the same length. So I'm going to pull it through the other side, and then I'll end up with them longer at the end. I don't know if you saw how I actually did that, but you loosen it up, and then you can pull them both at the same time, and now they're both longer. And they don't have to be exactly the same, just close enough. And what I'm going to do now is take mine and tie a knot at the very top of my outer cover. And you can tie any kind of a knot you want. I'm tying them a knot with both of them together, and I'm going to fix it to where my knot is real close to the edge. So I'm holding it and doing it real slow so that my knot is close to the edge at the top of my spine, like that. And I just took my time and got my knot where I wanted, exactly where I wanted it. And there's my first signature. There's no loose spots. It's in pretty good. I can take these clips, binder clips off. And you can see on both sides how it's sewed in. And then on the outside, it looks like this. My thread matches, and it seems to be tight enough. And then I can put beads on this when I'm done. but I'll go ahead and do all of the sewing before I do any bead work. That's last. Y'all still talking about tires? So, how about that? And these little binder clips are really handy to have around to hold your papers together until you get them sewed in, so nothing slips and your holes stay where you have them. And that's why I had the extra ones on the other side. I had two next to the book, so I can take these off now, and my signature is binded and it's good to go. So I can look at it, and as you can see, all of even though my papers crept out a little bit, and Tanya's going to teach you about this part. I don't mind that. Um, I didn't do anything to correct it. I just left them crept out. I left them so, and you can feather it out. But I think Tanya is going to teach you another way so that they won't, that they'll be more perfect, like a real book should be. But I don't mind, because I'm going to do some other things to my book when I get done binding my signatures in. So I'm going to go get a brand new signature and do it again. So I've got my paper all stacked up together, and I've got about the same amount of papers in each one. I did not count them. Again, that doesn't matter to me. And I use different kinds of paper. I use graph paper, school paper, copy paper, and some stationery. This is like a piece of stationery. So I used a variety of papers in my signature, and because I have a paper collection. Okay, Journey. Thank you, hon. Let's see. Journey, did you send me? Are you still in here, Journey? Hey, Journey, did you send me your address? And I've already asked Giovanna, and I needed 2 more addresses. Let's see. Is Kathy in here yet? And Mitzi. If you see Kathy and Mitzi, let me know. I need their addresses. Okay, so here's how I did this signature. I'm going to do it exactly the same way. I open it up to the middle, and I want my signature to be in the middle, even on the upper and the bottom. So I want my holes to be here, here, and here. And I've already showed you that I did an inch at the top, I did an inch, two, and an inch. It was 6 inches. So if I lay my ruler down, I'm going to do 1, 3, and 5. 1 inch, 3 inch, and 5 inch. So that's how I want to measure it on the inside. So I can open this up to the center, and I'm going to measure 1, 3, and 5. And it's going to be in the center line of my fold. And it's going, and I've got it centered so that my book is on 0, from 0 to 6, and that's the whole length of the book, tall wise. So I'm going to mark 1, 3, and 5. And I'm going to take a paper clip and hold my book together so that my pages don't slip, because I've got my book right the way I want it. So I'm going to put these two over here, and they're out of my way. And I'm going to use the second set of holes. So I've got to make holes here first. So I get my old book that I got from the library, and I put this down in the crease of the spine. And you can take a ruler and push down a little bit so that you're in the crease of the spine. And then you're going to take your sharp tool, like your awl. And since I'm going through several pages, I need something stronger than the needle. So I'm going to go directly and look over top and see my holes, my dots that I've made at 1, 3, and 5. And I'm going to push straight down into the middle of the spine, and I made a hole. I made a hole. And I'm going to do the middle one there and push down, and the top one. And when I lift this back out, you can see how far I went down into the spine of the book. So I've got all 3 holes. And I go back to my book, my Do-Si-Do book. And I'm going to line these up with the second set of holes. I did the first signature, and now I'm doing the second set of holes. And they're already pinned together, sort of. So I'm going to go ahead and pin these together. But I'm going to line my holes up over top where my needles are going to end up going. So now I've got my holes lined up, and now I'm going to pin this together with the front section all together. And I'm going to put a clip probably on each side. And see, these clips aren't going to be long enough for the next one. So I might have to get some bigger clips. I might have, I can use a bigger paper clip if I have to. I got big paper clips too. So if we have to, we'll put that mother on there. There's the mama paper clip right there. Okay, so now my holes are lined up with my holes on the back of the spine. A second signature, second set of holes. I've checked it. It looks great. Now I'm just going to get me some more thread. Is anybody following along? Or are you all just having fun watching me? So I want 4 links. There's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Because that's the way I do it. I've got an end here, and I'm going to take a little bit of glue on the ends of my threads right there. And I'm going to twist those threads together until they're kind of dry. Okay, Susan. And then I'm going to look for my needle that I so rudely threw down here a minute ago. There it is. Found it. There's my needle. And because I glued the ends of my thread together, I can go straight into that needle without any problem. And I better check. You know what? There is an up and a down on these things. I am going to have to do this over again because my tabs, the strings are not at the top. So here's a perfect example of what you do when you make a mistake. You can fix it. We can always fix it. So I want my tabs because I have some of my writing. I did everything this way on my book. There's the top, and this is the bottom. And I've got these tabs, tails at the bottom, and I really want them at the top. So I'm going to undo this signature and redo it. But since I'm all fixed up, I'm gonna go ahead and put this second signature in. And we can do this because we know how. So I am going into the spine, and then I'm looking for where my holes are at right there. My holes right there on the spine, and it's going to come through this set of papers because I have a hole there. And there it is. It came through. I am using a sharp needle because there's multiple pages, and it makes it easier to find the holes. So here I go again with my tail. And I want my tail to be as long as the spine. So I'm leaving that much there. And I'm going to take it over here and paper clip it to the side to get it out of my way and to hold it there so it doesn't accidentally pull out. So there we go. And I'm going to reverse this to where it comes up at the top. So here I go. I'm in. Here's the middle, and I'm going to go back out. I'm going to look. I'm going to look for the hole, and I want to go into the second hole right there. Did you see the needle go in right there? That's my second hole. I'm coming out the back. There's the second hole right there. And I gently pull until it's just tight enough. Now I'm going to go back in the bottom hole, and I'm going to look for the end of my spine of the signature, and there's my hole for the signature right there, and there it is coming out on the inside. And we'll go back in the middle, and I want to go into the middle hole, which is right there, and it's coming out the spine right there. And here I am at the top. Now what I did the last time, I I went ahead and I know what I did wrong now. I took this needle and I went back through the top hole instead of tying my knot here. And then I had two tails and I tied them up at the top here. And I'm not going to do that to this one. This is the right way to do it. I was supposed to tie the knot here, and that's what I did wrong. So I've pulled my I've pulled my string tight enough. I've got enough tail, and I'm going to go ahead and tie a knot at the very top of this hole right there. And if you hold your mouth right, you can tie that knot without somebody holding their finger. So this is the proper way. I didn't do it right up here. And I'm going to take this knot out and redo that one. Oh, wow, Lisa, that'll be cute. She's going to put buttons on her spine. Yay. That is going to be real good. Some dangles at the top and the bottom. Well, there you go. But I made a boo-boo here because I like them all up here. So I'm going to just show you that it can be corrected. Now I can cut this or I can try to get the knot out. And I'm going to try to get the knot out because we can. We can. We can do it. Yes, we can. Who was that? Bob the Builder. Remember the cartoon? Can we build it? Yes, we can. That was my grandkids used to watch Bob the Builder. Am I bringing back memories for anybody? Yeah, that'll be really cute, Lisa. I'll be anxious to see that. My eyes can barely see that, but I think I'm getting it. Bob the Builder. Well, that makes me feel really good, Susan. Thank you. She said, Beth, I watched someone sew her signatures in last week, but she forgot to put the signatures in. And you didn't even notice. But you understood now how simple it is to sew, the directions and everything. So that was probably a very good lesson. You could see what she was doing because it's difficult with the signatures in the way. That's why the other night I did it with this one. And I had one signature and I had two signatures, 2 pages, and I didn't have a lot of pieces of paper. I just had one single piece of paper and I used black thread to show how to do it. And I showed her how to tie it on the back, and I also showed her how to tie it on the inside. So there's so many ways to do it. Oh, how cute! For your Holly's son's birthday, she did hard hats and made a pin the tail game. That is so cute. But anyway, yeah, and that's good, Susan. I love demos like that, and 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 I am going to be the first person to say, well, if I do it wrong, I do things wrong all the time, but but that's because we're human and we learn, and really, there's not that much thread here. It wouldn't be. I do have a whole spool of it, so it's not like if you make a mistake, the worst scenario is that I've wasted this thread. But that's part of crafting, and that's why we get things from the secondhand store. So it's okay to cut. It's okay. But anyway, I finished binding my second signature at the top of my book. And now I'm going after the first signature. And I'm going to correct it. So And it's all lined up. So I'm going to keep my binders on so I won't lose my holes where the holes are. So I'll clip it back down. And so I'm just going to go ahead and pull this thread out, and we'll do it again because we can. How do I make a mistake like that? Well, Holly, that's right. It's no big thing. Oh, okay. Okay, Lynn. Thank you, Lynn. Okay. Good evening, honey. Thanks for stopping in. Hello to anybody who's come in and coming and going. If I have not said hello to you, I am looking down at my project, and we're binding this little booklet here. I'm going to use 4 lengths of my thread. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm going to take a little bit of glue and put it on the ends of my embroidery thread. And I'm going to twist the ends. Yeah. Okay. And now that my ends are twisted and almost dry, the glue doesn't take very long to dry, I've got a nice little point, and I can thread my needle with all of the threads, except I can't focus on the hole. I still didn't get it. Yeah, I got that, Holly. I thought that was cool that she forgot the signatures, but it was a good demo to show how to do the binding part, as far as which directions and everything, where to tie everything. I thought it was a good lesson without the signatures. But so anyway, now that we've got the up and the down situated, I want to go in, because this is the top part of my Do-Si-Do book. I'm going to go in and go in the first hole of the signature, and hopefully my holes are still lined up because I've got it clipped. And every now and then I have made new holes before. And it's just one of those binding things. Yeah, Tanya has a trick for threading needles. So then oh, that's good. I'm sorry, I hit the camera. Then you pull it through without your paper clip, and what happens is you pull your whole thread out. So we're going to do it again. I'm giving you all a really good lesson to never quit, never give up. So I'm going to go in my back and go into my signature, and I'm going to stop and paper clip my tail so that I don't accidentally pull it through. And I'm going after another paper clip. I'm going to use a hot pink paper clip for my tail. And I've got about a length of the book is how much of a tail I'm wanting. So now I can go back to my signature and pull my needle through and just barely pull it through so that you don't yank on the tail. So I'm going to go to the inside and go to the middle hole of the signature and out the middle of the spine. And it's lined up perfectly because the needle went straight through. You made coffee without the coffee. Oh my goodness. Oh no. Susan put the coffee in the wrong place. Are we talking about being forgetful now? Yeah, you need a cup of coffee to make the coffee. That's what that's called. So anyway, I'm going into the third hole and it went straight through the signature, lickety split, because the holes were lined up. Now I'm going to go pull it tight and it's looking good. And I'm going to go, I've come to the bottom. Now I'm going to go back up to the top, into the middle, and pull it tight. And now I'm at the end. I can take my needle off and take my other tail off, and I can tie them together. And I always check to make sure it's tight enough without any slack. And I'm on the spine, and I'm just going to tie my knot at the very top of the first hole of the signature, like I did the second hole. And my mistake is quickly corrected. Nobody will know the difference that you made a mistake. That's how fast it goes. So now I have 2 knots at the very top. I've got 2 signatures in. I can remove my clips. They're in, and they're both sewed in, and they're in tight, and they work. So I can remove all of the paper clips now. And I've done 2 signatures in my book. Just like that. Well, you know, Joyce, I have a coffee pot like that, but I've never used the timer on. I've never figured out, I've never gone to the trouble to figure out how the timer works. But we sleep in. We don't get up at the same time. Does anybody have any questions? It does. I like it. I like it a lot. It sure does. This gives you good practice. And this Do-Si-Do book is going to give you a lot of practice because you're going to be doing 3 books. And I'm doing 4 signature in each one. So I'm going to move. I'm going to keep going on if you all don't care. I'm just going to keep going. You're going to take another signature, give it a little, I'm going to give it a little trim. And I'm going to find the center. Put me some binders on there. And I'm going to go to my third set of signatures, and I'm going to line my book up. And I'm going to go ahead and mark my holes on this side in case I need them for later. And I'm going to paper clip it down to the previous pages. And I might have to use my big paper clip. But I do have another one, I think. These things come in handy. But I can't do that yet. Oh, I marked my holes. Yeah, I'm going to measure my holes first. Okay. I'm going to measure my holes. Then I'm going to mark it. So I have to clip it on to measure it. And it's going to be at 1, 3, and 5. For my holes. I'm clipping my signatures together because I'm going to remove it from the book. And I'm going to make my holes with my scrapbook and lay my papers in the crease of the book. And I usually take my ruler and push it down so that it's in the spine really straight. And then I'm going to take my Sharpie tool, which is my awl, and I'm going to poke a hole straight down into the spine. And it went through. And again, and it went through. And one more time. And it went through. And when I pull it out this time, I'll show you how far it goes in. It goes in this far. And they're directly in the crease of my signature. Then I go back to my book and I'm going to lay it down right over top of those, the third set of holes, which I have marked. And I will go ahead and use my giant paper clips and hold this down. So that it doesn't move. And then I'm ready to thread my needle. I'm going to turn my fan on. I need to turn the air on. There we go. There we go. It's on. So, I'm going to get my thread and do 4 links. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I'm going to take a little bit of glue and put it on the end of my threads and twist. I think they do embroidery needles. I think you can get them at Walmart. And I also have a blunt needle, which is kind of like a cross stitch needle. It's blunt, and I have a long one that's pointy. And I think they come in a variety of pack with the round one, the half moon one. I think I got them all in a pack, but I've had them a long time. That comes with this one too. And pretty sure they do in the sewing section. I know it, Joyce. Warning, needle. No darning. Okay. Oh, I got something I could tell you. Oh, you're all gonna love this. My mother, my mother darns her socks. She'll take a sock. Let's see if I can find what I can find. Set a crack ledge. She'll take her sock, like pretend this is a sock, and she'll take it. Let me fix my computer, it's messing up. And she'll say, "Oh my goodness." She says, "Look at this sock." She'll say, "Look, it's got a hole in it." And it'll have a hole in the sock, okay? And she'll go, "I'm going to fix it." Darn, right in the trash can. Darn, that sock has a hole in it. That's how my mom darns socks. That's a personal inside joke. Yeah, Susan, I've got a variety of needles. So now you all know how to darn. Janet, is that allowed? I darned. Okay. I found out the top of my book. I learned from the first time. That's right. So I am going to go from the outside in on the third hole at the top of the signature, poke it in the back of the book, and I'm looking for the hole in the back of the signature, and it's right there. And I believe the papers are lined up good enough. And there's my needle. That's what my mama taught me how to darn. She did. My mama knows. So I am pulling enough, just enough to leave a nice little tail, kind of to match the others. And I'm going to take my tail and I'm going to paper clip it over here out of the way with my pink paper clip so that it doesn't accidentally pull out. That's right, it's my mama's fault. It's all her fault. It is. It is. So I got my tail and I'm going to get my needle again and I'm going to go into the middle one and out the back of the spine of the book in the middle. I'm keeping my holes straight. See, I'm working on the third signature, so I've got the third hole. There's room for one more for the fourth one. Keep your holes lined up straight and just pull that till it just barely gets the string the looseness out of it. And then now I'm going to go into the bottom hole and I'm going to look for the bottom set of holes in the signature, which is right there. And it came right through without any problem. This grid paper really helps to sew on because you're sewing straight. And I'm pulling the slack out of it. I'm going to go back into the center hole. And in the third signature center hole, and there it comes out very easily. And I'm back at the top. I can take my needle off. And I can lay it down and get my tail off of the pink paper clip. And I'm going to make sure they're tied enough. The slack is out from the inside and it looks good. It's tight. If you pull too extra tight, you might rip your paper. So you just want to be gentle when you tug your slack out. Oh yeah, my mom is a cool mom, no doubt. So I'm going to take and tie a knot at the very top of this outside hole of my spine of my book to match the knots on the other guys. And when you do your books, when you do your binding, you need to do it the way you want to do it, bind it your way. And if there's another way of doing it, that's good. That's a good thing. So I tied a knot. Now I've done 3 signatures. And it's going fast now because I got the system down now. I'm in a routine. It's always easier to do, keep going, because I'm doing the repeat and repeat. And when I get done with the 4th signature, we'll tie some beads on, and I'll switch over to some beads. Get the bead box out. So I can remove my clips. Everybody's tucked in and tied down. And we can inspect, make sure everything looks good. Because if something's wrong, this is how, if you got it wrong, this is where you can stop and redo it if you need to. And as you can see, this is my 3rd signature. And I want you to look how close that is to the spine of the book. Now I'm going to show you the first one I did. And I want you to see how loose it is, how much looser it is. Look how much looser this one is. It's a little bit looser. You can actually see a little bit of light in the middle of the spine right there. But now look at the last one. I'm getting better at it. There's no light. There is no light going through. It's snugger. I definitely got a groove going on. But it's still okay. I mean, there's still nothing wrong with it, but you can see with practice how we improve. And nobody's going to notice that little space right there. Nobody's going to notice that but me. You see it now? But that's okay. It's not going to be. And then when I get done with all 4 of these, I got one more to do. I can still tighten these up by tying a final knot around all of them. So I can still tighten this up. It can. And I may not have gotten so, I might have been just a little light-handed when I first did the first one. But let me do the 4th one, and then I'm going to tie a knot in all of these, all 4 of them together, and make one great big twist and one big knot and tighten them all 4 up a little bit. So thread does stretch a little bit. I think it does, especially this cotton. So Just to let you know. A little tip. A little tippy there. So now I'm going to take my fourth signature, stack it up, and I'm going to give it a little trim because we can. Just a little trim. That's all it needed. Just because I wanted to. And I'm going to lay it down on top of the other signatures on the last set of the 1, 3, and 5 markers. And I've got the top and the bottom centered with the other signatures. And I'm going to go ahead and mark a dot on the back of the spine for 1 3-inch and the 5-inch. And then I'm going to clip it down, find the center, well, not that direction. One more. Nope, not there. I'm going to find it here in a second. Well, I was way off. Okay, there's my center. So I'm going to line it back up with my dots. Now I'm going to open it up, and I'm going to paper clip it down to the other pages because I'm going to measure. I'm going to measure it here. I'm going to clip this one. And I'm going to get my ruler, and I'm going to mark the inside on the crease. I'm going to mark it for the holes that I'm going to make at 1 inch, 3-inch, and 5-inch. Remove my ruler and take my signature and put it inside my book to make my holes. Is one in the wrong hole? Looking at the spine. No, I don't think so. I think it was an ink mark that I just accidentally made. There is, I think I just did that when I marked these on the back. I accidentally touched it right there with my ink. That's not a hole. That's just an ink mark. This has got a hole in it. It's a divot. This is not a hole. I'm pretty sure I just did that. No, my holes are fine. Well, let's see. Oh, I got a phone call. Guess who's calling? Hello? Oh, okay. Well, okay. Well, I'll see you in a minute then. Okay. Oh, okay. All right, bye. That was my JoJo. He's coming home. So I did see that, and I just accidentally did that when I marked these, and I touched it with my ink pen. But these are my holes right here, and that is not a hole. That was just an extra little mark that I accidentally did when I did that. So that's good observation. I'm glad you're paying attention, Sue. I'm going to give you a test. Not really. So anyway, I'm back to my old book that I'm going to press my spine, press the ruler down in my spine of my book. And now I'm going to take my awl and poke a hole straight down, and straight down. And I'm going to pull it out just so that you can see how far it goes down. Okay. Don't need that for now. So now we're back to our book. And I am going to line this up with my holes. And that looks good. And I'm going to take my big clips and clip this down so that it doesn't move. And I am glad I've got these big things, because I don't think I've got any of those bigger binding clips. I hope to get me some. I don't, there's bigger clips, like they're just like this, but they're bigger. So I don't think I need these right now. I think I'm okay with these two guys. But my holes are right there in front of the last set of holes. You can barely see them, but they're there. So now I'm going to get my needle and my thread, and I'll go 4 lengths. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm going to put a little glue on the end. And twist. And then I can thread my needle fast. And this glue here on the end will make it easier for when I put a bead on the end too. It'll act as a little needle and it'll go in a small hole. So I want to go back to the back of the book and look for the top. And we know that this is the top because we've been through that before. So I'm going to go in and I'm going to look for the spine of my signature. And it went through lickety-split. You can see that little hole is that all this makes a pretty nice hole, a big size. It's so much bigger than my needle. So that makes it easy to sew. And that's fine. And I'm going to go back to the back and look for my tail so I don't pull it through again. I've been there, done that too tonight. You've seen me do all kinds of things. So what I'm going to do is paper clip with my hot pink. Paper clip is my tail so I don't pull it through accidentally all the way. So it's good, and I'm going to go back in the middle hole and in the middle of the 4th signature hole on the spine. And here it comes out the back. Holly. She's going to try to get a song in Janet's head. She might be eating dinner. I haven't seen Janet for a few minutes. Is she on here? So I pulled it tight, and I'm ready to go into the final hole of the spine and into the final hole of the signature. And go back up. And I feel a tug, so I'm going to go over here and look. And I just need to pull my tail out. but everything looks good. It's tight, but I'm not pulling it out. And now you see I have a little slack here. I can pull this end or the top end. I can pull this end and make it tight. Either side would be okay. And now it's tighter. Now I'm going to take my needle and go in the middle and out the middle of the signature of the 4th on the spine, and just barely pull it tight. And I'm going to take my needle off now. And we are done. Now all I need to do is tie a knot. Remove my other 3 out of my way. And I usually put them under here to get them out of my way if I wanted to. And I've got a good length on both sides. And this one is a little short. And since I have so much extra, I'm going to go ahead and loosen this up and pull some more, give this one longer, make this one longer. So all I have to do is pull and loosen it up a little bit, and then pull this one to make it tight again. And see, I made that one a little bit longer. You can, with 3 holes, you can still do a little bit of adjusting without too much trouble. 2 holes are easy to do as well. And then when you get to 4 or more holes, you know, here, you really have, you just have to use your patience to make sure you get things where you want it. And that's where I say a little extra length on this thread is valuable to me, so I don't have to do too much there. Was looking around here, Susan said she realized how blessed she is with all this crafty goodness, more than some, less than some, but totally happy with your little empire. Well, Susan, great. I'm so happy for you. I'm glad you think that. I do too. You know, I'm just tickled to death to go to the Dollar Tree and get a couple of Dollar Tree items. That's all I needed to make me happy today. We do. We have plenty to work with. And I think it's wonderful that our little group, I think we share with each other quite a bit. Now I'm just tying a knot at the top of the top hole on the back of the spine, and I'm making it tight. Now, I've got 4 of them all done. I'm going to remove the paper clips. Abby's barking. Come here, Abby. Come here. She probably sees a cat or something. I'm removing all my paper clips. And I've got my first Do-si-do booklet done. Let me get her real quick. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. What are you barking at? She was barking at the neighbor. We do have neighbors. Nothing bad. Good girl. She was gardener mama. So now that I have 4 signatures in, you can look and see how nice it looks. And this is my first book on the Do-si-do. I've got plenty of space all the way around. It looks equal to me. And here are all my tails. And as I talked about earlier, I'm going to take all 4 of these and kind of tighten them up a little bit and tie one great big knot at the very top to tighten them up. and I think that will be fine. So all I do is sort of twist them around to where I can get them twisted and tie one knot with all of my tails coming out the top. So I've got the knot in my hand, and I'm going to tighten it up on all of these and push it towards the top. And I don't know how else to say that except I tied them in a knot, and twisted them and made them tighter. And you can see them all going together into the center of the book, my tails. And then here's all the tails in one big pony. They're in one big ponytail now on the top of the spine of my Do-Si-Do book. Is that clear as mud? Is that clear? And there it is. She was barking at Joe. Joe was home. So now I thought, well, I'm going to take a break and tie some beads on here. And that's enough for tonight as far as binding. That's all I'm going to do tonight on this one. And then I'm going to tie some beads and show you how I do my pony beads on the back of my spines. And now Lisa said that she was going to attempt to put buttons on the back of hers, and that would look cute if she did. She would have to do 2 holes. Well, she could put 2 buttons, one here and one here. I don't know. There's 100 ways you could do it. It's endless on the ways it could happen. What, baby? So anyway, this is how it looks on the end. This is one end of the Do-Si-Do. I've got 2 more books to do, and it looks great. It looks great. I used a little bit of scrap paper around my signatures to separate them. No rhyme or reason why I did it that way. I just did. And this scrap paper was left over from another project, and I had 2 pieces glued together. So that's really 2 pieces, and it makes it a thick coverlet there. But I can still write on it and decorate on it. And see, after I finish all 4 books, I'm going to go back and decorate some of my pages and do some stamping. So it's going to be cute. But right now I wanted to show you how I do some of my beads. And here's my bead box. And 4 of these strings already have glue on the ends. So I will probably go ahead and put some glue on the other ends too while I'm at it, so that they can be dry when I pick them up. So we can do that. So let me get a little bit more glue. Just a little glue, and then I'm going to twist. And there's my makeshift needle, thread needle, soft. So I got that one ready. Let me get this one ready. Because it doesn't take long for them to dry. But I used to do this when I did crafts at the nursing home. I used either embroidery thread or some type of cordage, and I would take boxes of beads and sit them on the tables at the nursing home. I had 5 tables, and I would use bigger beads with bigger holes for them. So these beads didn't go on the nursing home, but they had a lot of pony beads and this type of bead so that they could see. And they loved to make bracelets and jewelry. That was one of the crafts I did a repeat on. I don't normally do repeats on crafts, but that was definitely a repeater one because they enjoyed it so much. And I'd use elastic, the elastic collared. It was collared elastic that you get at Walmart in a package for beading, and that way I tied a knot, and I would put a little bit of glue on the knot so that it wouldn't snap apart, and they could wear their elastic jewelry anytime they wanted to, and they loved it, absolutely loved it. And the men, they didn't want a bracelet, but I would do something like a key ring or something, and put a little type of a claw hook on the end, and they would like that because they did have keys to their rooms if they wanted to lock their room, but usually nobody did in the nursing home. It was an honor roll system thing they had. But some of the guys, they'd give their key rings to the nurses because the nurses had keys, and all the caregivers, they had keys to the linen closets and to different things. And so the guys they'd give their keys to the nurses. It was so cute. We had a good time. Okay, now let's see what we can do here. I want a lot of blues. I love the blues. Variety of blue. I like the white ones. But these are real easy to put on the beads. I might as well use some pink ones. I guess I'll use all colors. And you don't really need a whole lot of beads on here. Just a few. And I've got glass mixed in with plastic. So it'll have a little bit of weight to it. And on the last bead, I'm just going to put 3 or 4 on each string, but on the last bead, that's where I tie my knot. And I tie it a couple of times. And then that's all it needs. And then when I trim it, I don't trim it all the way to the knot, but just to the edge of the bead. And then you can see it's got a little bit of a tail, so it won't come undone. Hi, honey. So, and then they'll hang down on the edge. And then by the time you do 2 or 3, you don't have to do all of them, but I will do 2 or 3 of them anyway. And they're all on the pony. And you can alternate between bigger beads versus the tinier beads. I've got some real tiny beads, like this one, and it's a wooden bead. So again, I mixed the lightweight and the heavyweight together. And I could even do, with these knots, with the glue on the ends, I can even go for the little colored pearl beads. Sometimes I can get through, and I did. Look how easy that was. because I had the glue on the end of the string. And I do have a few seed beads too. I like these guys. So you can do tinier beads mixed in like this bead has larger beads, and then this strand here, I'm going to use smaller beads, and just for variety. And it's just fun to do. I like my beads.
Was you gonna give it to somebody?
Yes, thank you. Right there's fine. Joe just came in from Walmart, so I'm going to finish this one up, and then I'm going to go help. I'm going to go help him. I think he's already got it in the house. So, yeah, that one's good. I'm going to put one more on there. And then this is my last one I'm going to put, and I'm going to take and tie a knot. Tie it again. And then I'm going to trim it, but not especially too close. But I'm going to leave a little tail so that it doesn't fall off. Just going to leave a little tail, and then the other beads will fall down on that last bead, and there you have two. And I like to have them different lengths. I like the variety. So, how you guys doing? The girls are saying hi, Joe. He's so sweet. I told him I broke my X-Acto knife. Look what he bought me. Brand new one. Heavy duty. He's so thoughtful. I don't even think that was even on the grocery list. But he remembered. So here's another short one, so I won't put too many beads on it. But I'll tie a knot at the very last bead. Tie it again. And having that glue on the tip really it just helps it easier. It doesn't separate. And then when I get done, I'm just going to take a little clip, leave a little tiny tail. And I got a pair of dull scissors, of course. So I have a little bit of a tail with the knot. Then when you let go of it all and let the others fall down, you've got a little dangly. And look at them, how they blend. All of the beads together look nice. And if any of them are too long for you, all you've got to do is remove the last one and just tie it up a little higher if it's too long. And you would just adjust it, move it up a little bit. Well, if I can get a hold of it, you would just move it all up, cut the last bead off, and tie a new knot on the new last bead, and then it wouldn't be all the way, hanging off the edge. I can show you. I'm just going to cut the last bead off, and it has a knot on it. And I can cut that off here in a minute, but I'm going to leave it right now. I'm just not going to use it. I'll cut that off in a minute. But I've got a new last bead, and I'm just going to go ahead and tie the new knot around the new last bead, and I've shortened it. And that's how you shorten your strand. It's not hard. And there's the new knot around the new last bead. And if that's too long for you, you can always trim it off. Simple as that. And there's 3. And while I have you here, I can show you how I do a twist braid. It's called a twist braid. I'm sure there's another legal name for it. It's the type of twist braid that you use on a bow and arrow. When you string the bow, it has a particular cording, and the way they make that cording, it's a type of thread specifically for the bow and arrow, for the bow. And I learned this technique off of the internet. And I can show it to you real quick. It's really cute. And it's going to look like this one. See that right there? It's a twist. It looks like a horse's tail or a piece of rope. And it's twisted. And I can show you how to do that. There's another one that's tinier. There's 3 sizes right there. And here is another one that is, it's the same size as this middle one here. These 2 are the same size. And this is smaller, and this one's bigger. But they're done the exact same way. Okay. And this is another little booklet I made. I'll show it to you, and if it's confusing to you this time, I'll show it to you again. And I might show it to you in a different colors or something. Yes, it's a tassel rope on the ground. Yes, exactly. So I'm going to show it to you right here. But I'll do it again with maybe different color of thread, like maybe with a black and a white, so that you can actually see what I'm doing. So I'm going to show you, I'm going to learn this on this blue thread. Now, I've got 4 different links here, and I'm just going to go ahead and cut them off at the same size. Sort of. And I'm going to use, this is embroidery thread, so I'm going to divide it in half, 2 and 2. And this embroidery thread has, I think, 6 strands of thread in each one, okay? Just to give you an idea of the type of embroidery thread. Now this one here, excuse me, is my 4th one. And I'm going to tie beads on it. I'm going to have 4 with beads. And then these 4, I'm going to do the twist. Just like the song. Is that a song in our head? Come on, baby, let's do the twist. Is that a good enough song? Who was wanting to know about the song? Holly, was it you? Come on, baby, let's do the twist. I'm being corny now. Hi, Brittany. Okay. You know the difference between clockwise and counterclockwise. Okay. If I just want to make it simple so that you understand me talking. And I'm going to make a clock. Clockwise is when you're going the regular time. Clock is the regular time, the regular direction that the arrows go on the clock. Clockwise. Counterclockwise is going the other direction. Opposite. So it's important that you know the difference between clockwise and counterclockwise. We might be able to do right and left. So right would be clockwise. So I'm going to twist my 2 strings. I got 2 strings. I'm twisting them clockwise. I'm twisting them to the right. I'm going to take the other 2 set and twist them clockwise. This is where the magic begins. Now, I'm going to take my 2 strands and I'm going to twist them counterclockwise, the 2 strands. And if you cannot see me, I can raise me up a little bit. If you're really, really interested, this is where the magic begins. Yes, Holly, you're right. Chubby checkers. Yeah, you're right. Okay. Okay, here we go. I'm twisting the single. I've got 2 in this hand and 2 in this hand, and I'm twisting them clockwise. I'm twisting them to the right, but I'm rotating them counterclockwise. So the bottom one's going under, and I'm putting it in my right hand, and I'm twisting it to the right. Then I rotate counterclockwise. So they're going under each other. Okay? And sometimes you twist enough on a thread like this, you can counterclockwise it twice sometimes. And I don't know if you can see it, but it's working. It's already working, the magic. So I'm going to counterclockwise it. And I'm holding my finger there so that you can see what we've already twisted. And we're making the twist. That little bit right there is what we just did. That first inch is what we just did. What I'll do is I'll do this again, and I'll raise it up higher so that you can see it, because I don't know how to use my zoom in on my camera yet. I haven't had that lesson yet. But it's real easy. But I'm putting these two strings and I'm turning them counterclockwise, and but I'm taking this, but at the same time I'm twisting them clockwise in my fingers to the right. It is. So I've twisted a couple of times, and now I'm going to rotate it over and bring the bottom one under, which is counterclockwise. And I'm twisting it to the right clockwise. And they just intertwine with each other and make magic. And that's all I'm doing over and over and over till you get down to the bottom. And when you get down as far as you can, it helps that this is a little heavier. It helps that it pulls against you a little bit. So as you get down to the bottom, you're twisting and you're twisting with your fingers, and then you're rotating it over the top. Twist, rotate over, and that's the counterpart. And I'm going to do it all the way down to the bottom. And I had to practice this now. I didn't do very good the first time, so I had to practice it. And I learned this off of the internet. I learned how to do this on the internet. And I'll tell you why. I've got my daddy's old bow, and it didn't have a cord on it. It didn't have the string on it. And so I told Joe, I need to buy me some string, some bow and arrow string, so I can make a cordage for it. And I Googled it, and I found out how to make it, how to do this twist. And this is exactly how you do that cordage. So now that I'm down here at the end, I'm going to try to make it all about the same by pulling it apart. You tighten it up a little bit. I don't know if you could tell what I just did, but with practice, you're going to get it. You will get it, and it will look just like this. And it's really pretty with two different shades, a dark and a light. This is the same color of thread, but it's really pretty with a two-tone. And then once I get down here far enough at the bottom, I'm going to tie a knot just the way I did the pony knot. If I made that clear. And the pony knot will keep it from unraveling. So I'm down here at the end. Down here at the end. Now I'm going to tie a knot. I've got all 4 strands together to tie the final knot. And I just twist it and pull it through the center all together to make a final knot at the bottom of the twist. And I let this part unravel to be a tassel. There's a little bit of a twist right there at the end. I haven't let go of it yet. I'm waiting for it to blend or to focus. You can still see I tied the knot up from the twist, the last of the twist. I tied the knot up here a little bit so that all of this is twisted for sure. And this knot will hold all of that up there. And this part here, I can trim or leave long. I can trim it or leave it long. And there you have, let me show you the end of it now. There you have a beautiful little twist along with your little beads. and it looks cute together. And I've got 4 strands, and I'm going to make a one more strand of beads to go with it. And depending on how many threads you have, depends on how big this twist is. If you want a bigger twist, then you would literally tie more thread onto the pony. Just add more thread to it. Exactly. Each time you twist one way and then you reverse the counterclockwise them, they twist onto each other to make it pretty like this. I know. I know it does, Susan. So I've got one more thread that I'm going to add some more beads to before I finish. Let's see what I can find in my bead box. This is just one of my bead boxes. When I went to the nursing home, I had 5 of these, and I put all big hole beads for the nursing home so that they could see the holes to put their thread through. And they were like really big holes, that they could see. And I'd buy old jewelry and everything and break them all up. And I had a lot of pony beads because they could see the holes, and they liked the ponies. So yeah. We had. So anyway, I've had, and my thread has lost its glue a little bit on 1 or 2 of them where I've played with them. I'm going to have to put some more glue on it. I'll just re-glue it. No problema. We got plenty of glue. And one more for good luck. Now this bead, I'm going to measure to the bottom of my book, and I'm measuring it, so I want my bead there. I don't want it hanging below the spine. I want it above so that it doesn't touch the table when my book is sitting on the shelf. So I sort of eyeball that. Tie a knot. Do a little trim job. Leave a little tail. And it hangs perfectly. And as you can see, my tassels are hanging down below my spine, and I want my tassels off of the table, so I'm going to cut them even with the bottom a little bit, or a little bit higher, just a smidgen. Give them a little haircut. Then you can take a needle and comb your tassels out, and if you're using 2 different colors, this is where your tassels would blend with the collars, and it would look cute. I will do this again with more collars and demo it again for you. So there's the end of my tassels and my first book on my Do-Si-Do book. My first booklet is done. Let me open it up this way so you can see. I'm going to unfurl them a little bit so that you can sort of see. They will twist and intertwine with each other, but I'm going to undo it so that you can sort of see what I've done. Give you a bird's eye view. But there's my 4 strands and my twists. On the back of my book. Thank you, girls. Yes, there's lots and lots of things you could put little tags on them, and there's just so many cute things you could do with your bookend, your tails. I call them tails, tassels, tails. Yeah, there's just so many things you can do, but I just love it. I love the way it feels, and I just love the noise. I love the chatter of the beads and the glass, and I love the blending of the colors. Yeah, I just love it. You're welcome, Joan. So anyway, this was the first of my Do-Si-Do. And I'm going to show, I'm not going to do it tonight. I'm going to say goodnight tonight. But I will do it. I will do these 2 so that you all can see me do each one of them. And I will do danglies on each spine. I'll do dangles on each one. And then Lisa and Tanya are going to do it too. And it'll be 2 weeks when they do the Do-Si-Do. It'll be on, wait a minute, I'll just tell you exactly when it'll be. It'll be the month of April. It'll be the 23rd on a Tuesday at 12 noon Eastern and 1 o'clock, 12 noon Central and 1 o'clock Eastern. Okay, guys. Good night, Holly. I'm going to jump off here too. I got to go help put groceries away. So we're going to do journaling by 5s on the 16th, Tuesday night. And then the next Tuesday will be 12 noon Central for the second part of the Do-Si-Do books. So we'll keep you informed. We'll keep you all informed. If you're all subscribed to Lisa and Tanya and me, you'll be notified. So okay, guys, that's all I'm going to do tonight. And I thank y'all for staying and watching me the whole time. My goodness, I enjoy doing this for everybody. Okay, River, Deborah, I'm glad you stayed and watched. I hope you enjoyed it. We did the first part of the Do-Si-Do book, and we're not done. I'm not done. I'm going to put more ribbons on it and closures on them, each one. I'm going to put a bow on this one, and this one, and this one's going to have a bow. And then we're going to decorate some of the pages and put ephemera and stamping and maybe some pockets, some lace. Because you see how skinny it is? I can make it a little bit fatter. I can make this a little bit fatter and put some more yummy things inside. So I can't wait to do it. Okay? Good night, everybody. Thanks for watching. And I'll probably see you tomorrow. Let's see, tomorrow's Friday. We'll have Mary tomorrow night. She'll be doing doodling, and we get to hear about Bandit. We'll hear the continuation of Bandit. Now, I hope she continues this and keeps it going, because I really enjoy hearing her tell stories. You know, we'll have to talk her into it. Okay, guys, that's all I'm going to do. And I'll probably come on tomorrow early afternoon. And we'll do some more. Chrissy, don't hang up. Chrissy, let me check. I don't think it was you. I think it was somebody else. No, it wasn't you, Chrissy. Chrissy, never mind. I've got your address, Chrissy. You're good. I was looking for Kathy. Kathy, I didn't have Kathy's address, and I don't have Mitzi's address. But I'll have to catch her another night. I didn't see her in here tonight. So, okay, I'm going to say goodnight and turn off, and I'll see you all tomorrow afternoon or tomorrow night at Mary's. All right? Hugs to everybody. Sleep well. Okay. Bye. Clean my desk up. Night, night.